Hi, my name is Anya, and I'm a style editor at the Huffington Post. Here are two things I love: people watching and driving around America. While doing both, I began to notice that every region of our country has a truly distinctive look. Our personal style reflects not just who we are, but where we are. So I hit the road to document America's wardrobes. Welcome to the United States in Style. So, is the dream of the 90s still alive in Portland? Is this where young people go to retire? In this episode of United States in Style, I explore those probing questions from the TV show Portlandia and find the answer.
Being eccentric here in Portland is very acceptable, and the whole term "keep Portland weird" is corny, but it's kind of a real thing.
People here are really tapping into a unique way of expressing themselves.
If you look at it historically, Portland is a lumber town, and so you have a lot of jeans and flannel. And so I think regionally it makes sense the way people dress here.
It's like kind of a guerrilla, punky thing, but still like loves animals.
This is Alec, one of Portland's newer residents.
I moved here a year and a half ago to leave New York.
It's less abrasive. For New York, I was like a little slower and like not so aggressive.
So Portland has made you more of a New Yorker?
Absolutely.
And this is Amber and her cat Cabbage. She really likes cats.
I like to have a sense of humor about clothing.
She plays in a band called Parenthetical Girls and spends a lot of time on tour.
There's a lot of playful, madcap, sort of thrifty looks.
Then there was Aaron, one of the most unlikely war veterans you'll ever meet.
I've fought in Afghanistan and Iraq, not afraid to look different here, and that struck me as like something special and comforting after coming out of a situation where everybody looked the same. I do this thing called Gucci Goth, where I like dress hella hip hop, gold and stuff, like tracksuits, but like still like all black and kind of goth, and skinny and pale, you know what I mean?
And this is the lovely La, whose hairstyle is classic Portland.
About 10 years ago, when gray started to come, the thought was to potentially dread my hair in order to age in a kind of timeless way.
Mariah is a jewelry designer and single mom of two adorable daughters.
So I live with other people, which is a very typical Portland thing. I live with my friend Jana, who is away on a yoga retreat. This is so Portland. She's away on a yoga retreat right now, and then I live with another single mom.
Next stop was the Tryon Community Farm, where I met Bonsai and Nina, aka Ninja Skywalker Buddha Clinic.
One common thread that I think definitely is very strong at the farm is an inspiration drawn from indigenous cultures.
Do people typically not wear shoes around here?
He's barefoot literally all the time, except in a restaurant. He'll like bring shoes with him.
And do you not worry about like broken glass? And
you can see glass easily on the ground.
Huh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So interesting.
Yeah, it is. This is what we call an intentional community. Back in the day, this would have been called a hippie commune. Okay, but now in the 21st century, intentional community means more than a few people live together and manage a piece of land together, manage a household together.
Our most fundamental, deepest value is helping each other and supporting each other to be like the most awakened, enlightened beings that we can be. In order to do that, we have no secrets with each other and we tell each other everything. Our goal is to basically cultivate and have a family tribe.
And finally, meet Mike, a pretty normal-looking guy with a not-so-normal career path.
Well, I'm also a publicly traded person.
That's right, a publicly traded person.
I sell shares of myself, and then my shareholders help me make my big life decisions. When I was thinking about investing in this place, I put that up for a vote. Anything you would normally ask your friends about, I'll put up to my shareholders. Who I date, whether I should move in with a person I've been dating for a while, those kind of questions.
I mean, that's dedication.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how to get out of it at this point. I mean, I'm sort of in for the long haul.
I should add that Mike wears nothing but Brooks Brothers, all day, every day.
I'm trying to create this intentional environment.
Every person we've talked to in Portland has talked about an intentional community, but usually they mean communes.
I don't actually think it's that different. I just tend to do it with a tie on as opposed to, I don't know, a smock.
Right.
Yeah.
Back to Portlandia and whether there's any truth to it. Turns out there is, and it's a little bit painful.
I think it's funny for a minute.
Yeah, I think I've seen a few episodes.
I don't know. I just don't find it funny. Our peers, we talk about Portlandia and like no one watches it. Or like people will engage with it for like half of an episode or like briefly for a second because it's like too dead on, where it's not actually funny.
I think it's hilarious. I think it's hilarious. And it's so true, man. Like seeing Carrie Bronstein or whatever at Whole Foods trying to figure out which vitamin was the greenest one and like the conversation. I mean, I was just standing there being like, oh my God, is there a hidden camera here somewhere?